welcome back to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ, Bane, Allen Poe, back once again with the latest and greatest. Ladies and gentlemen, we like to highlight people that we knew growing up who are doing big things. It could either be in art, it could be fashion, it could be television, movies, but we want to give that spotlight to those people that we know who we feel that are doing great things. So today we have one of our homegirls, aka baby sister, you know what I'm saying? Although she's a little bit younger, but still, it's all family.
Not by much.
Not by much. 1 year, 1 or 2 years, but no matter what, it's still family. So, round of applause for our friend Jeneal Hill. Jeneal. What's going on? How you been?
Well, thanks for having me.
No problem.
Oh my gosh, am I starting to get nervous? I don't know.
It's all good.
How are the two of you? I'm great. Thanks for having me.
We're doing good. We're doing good. A lot of people don't know that I've been trying to set this up for at least a year.
Yeah,
it's probably been about a year. Back when you yourself had your own podcast.
Yes, with banter between besties.
Mm-hmm.
I remember actually when Patrice approached me with it. She's like, "Hey, Alan and Titan are doing a podcast," and I was like, "No, definitely not."
Yeah, we were trying to get you.
I do not want to do.
We were definitely trying to get you guys both on, only because I listened to your content and it's yin and yang, compared to our content. So I kind of wanted to cross genres and see what kind of sparks might fly, or like what kind of reaction might fly.
Right. Well, we might have to bring banter between besties back just to do that. But yes, we were definitely a yin and yang, and it was exciting.
That's good.
And I did turn the corner. Eventually, I circled back because I usually have to eat crow when it comes to Latrice because she's usually right at first. But you know me, I'm like hard and strong and fast. So I turned the corner like 3 months later, like, okay, maybe you're right. We can do it. And she was like, girl, bye. But we'll get there. We'll get there for sure.
So what have you been up to lately? I mean,
well, right now I'm actually on a break and I'm getting ready to start my show again. So gearing up, I'm prepping for a show.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a 5-week break, vacation, sitting around, lounging. But now I'm gearing up to start back the second half of the show that I'm currently working on, which is out in Alabama.
Nice.
All right. So you do reality shows?
Yes, I am a reality TV producer. So
a producer.
A producer, yes. So I've been producing TV content since 2009, maybe even 2007 actually was my first like big show as a PA though, I will say, production assistant back in 06, 07. Mm-hmm. And I started traveling for work in like when I was like 30, 29, 30. Okay. Yeah, about 10 years ago.
All right, so I see this all the time when I watch movies and see the ending credits and all that stuff. What does a producer actually do? Do you guys pay for everything, or is it just like
well, when it comes to like a reality TV producer, what we do is a lot of different things. Like in television production or scripted, producers, there are like line producers, they produce the product. So they help get the product made. And as a reality TV producer, we do the same thing. We make the product. We help on like put the show together, assemble it. So there's segment producers, there's field producers, and then there's, then the rankings kind of go up. So I've been a field producer, so I help put together a show. Build out a show. As a supervising producer right now, I build out an episode and then work with a team of people to execute the episode and follow it through. So like if it's a 15 episode order, we put together 15 episodes and we shoot it and go into the field. We have camera guys that we give direction to. We collectively work together to shoot a scene. And that's my day-to-day work.
Pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
So was this always your first passion? Like, did you want to go into television, or was it more or less you want to go into movies? Or
It's funny because when I think about it, I wasn't the kid that woke up saying this is what I want to do. I used to hate kids like that, like who always fucking knew they wanted to be doctors. I was like, I hate you. How did you always know you wanted to be a doctor? Because I never really knew what I wanted to do. Even today, I still don't think I know what I want to do. But that's because I got commitment issues. But nonetheless, I think I've always loved TV. Like I would, where I live like right behind King. So fun fact, I used to hop the fence when I used to like be like in the 7th or 8th grade. I would hop the fence so I can get home to watch All My Children. So like I was a TV.
Wait, would this be like during lunch break or?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I would use like 30 minutes of my time to catch like All My Children. I'd literally hop Miss Effinger's gate and like run home because like either my aunt or my grandma was there. Like I just loved like soap operas. I loved talk TV. So I kind of feel like my life just naturally segued there. Yeah. Yeah.
And she had to rush home and watch them stories.
Yeah, you gotta get the stories on, huh?
Yeah, get them good stories.
I didn't think I would do it, but yeah, I mean, when I got into radio and television, ideally the thought was maybe I would get into news, but I didn't like news. And so then I went into radio because I liked music, but I didn't have the courage to be on air or work as an on-air personality. So I worked in like productions or promotions. So I worked in the promotions and then I work on the production side. So I was working, my first big show at Clear Channel was like a news talk radio show with Willie Brown, who was the mayor of San Francisco.
Okay.
Other guy named Willie, which I can't think of his last name now, Will Durst, maybe I forget his last name, but he was a comedian. So that sort of was like the start of me working in like, a talk show setting that was, in the industry. And then when I moved to LA, I was like, I want to figure out how to get into TV. And I kind of just landed in reality TV.
Okay. So in your field, I mean, you've been doing it for, probably a decade now, right? So what is one thing that you wish you would have known before even getting involved into television production?
One thing that I wish I had known, to just really just take a chance more on myself and to just like not let my fears sort of hold me back and to be curious a little bit more sooner. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like as I get older and more confident, I'm curious about everything and I can care fucking less what anybody thinks. But like 12 years ago, I second guessed everything, you know what I mean? Or like I waited too long to like find out more about something that I was interested in because I was worried about what somebody else would say. So I wish I would have been more activated with my vision of like figure it out. It's okay. Like you don't have to have all the like answers. Just do it.
Okay.
Later.
I can definitely speak firsthand a little bit about being afraid of failure. You know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, I put this out, are people gonna like it or will they bash it and talk shit? It's like, you know what? I better not do it. But now, like you said, once you get old enough, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna put it out and put myself out there. And if it catches, it catches. And guess what? It's a great decision. If it doesn't, you just move on to something else.
Right. I mean, fun fact, my first time moving to LA, I had an interview with the Ryan Seacrest show and I didn't go.
Are you serious?
Yes. To run the boards because I was in radio and I got scared and I didn't do it. And now I think, like, what was I thinking? Like, who knows? I could have been Ryan's best friend. I don't know. It's sort of like my fear got in the way and I like literally talked myself out of it. So
just imagine it could have been you on instead of Ryan Seacrest and Kelly. It could have been Ryan and Jeneal.
Right.
And they were like, oh man. And next thing you know, you're doing the ball drop during New Year's Eve,
Right. Hosting Wango Tango with him and everything,
Man.
But here we are. It's fine.
That's cool. Everyone has their own path,
Yes. I'm happy with the way it turned out so far. I can't complain. Yeah.
So what happened to you after high school? Because you left, we all leave.
Right.
So after graduation from high school, where'd you end up going? I'm sorry?
I went to Sacramento first.
Okay.
I didn't really have a plan. I only knew that I wanted to move out of Seaside and I wanted to go to school. Look, move out of Seaside. I got to get out of Seaside. It was like, one of those things where you have to get out of Seaside. So I wanted to get out of Seaside, go to school, and sort of figure it out, really. It was a conversation I had with God. And I was like, I got to get out of Seaside and figure it out. And my first stop was Sacramento. And I was there for 3 months. And I was like, nope, hate it. Mom, Dad, moving out. Let's go. Come get me. This isn't working. It's a bigger Seaside. I hate everything here.
Really? Is it because everyone moved up there?
It's because everybody from Seaside was in Sacramento. You know what I mean? So it's like people I didn't want to see or who I knew out here in Seaside, I didn't want to see them in Sacramento.
Right.
Most people, I would say. Because I ain't gonna lie, I think JJ Sherrill was out there at one point, and we did actually hang out. It's funny, I have like old pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at JJ Sherrill in Sacramento. But but yeah, there was just a lot. It just didn't feel like motivating for me. So I moved out and I ended up going to the Bay Area to move in with my sister. And I started school out there, a city college in Hayward.
Okay.
And that's where the Chabot, yes, community college.
Okay.
Chabot. So yes, I started there. And I was like a forever, look, I was a forever city college girl. It took me forever to get out.
Me too. All right, it took me long too.
I feel like I did a master's program there. But a bitch made it out. Okay, I made it out eventually. And then my sister's right there laughing, guys. But
hey, tell her to say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so I ended up finishing Chabot. I went to LA, I failed, came back, and then I applied for San Francisco State, and I finished San Francisco State, and then I went back to LA.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, after high school, I went hopping around California.
I think we all had to have that year or two to just chill out and just experience life a little bit until you kind of, got your bearings about what you want to do in life. I mean, even today, I'm just like, I like what I'm doing, but I mean.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like I didn't come from an academic background. So my parents weren't in academia, like they worked. So when you come from a working class, like they don't necessarily give you a map of what to do, at least my case. Like these are all the schools and all your options. It was more like, get a job, good benefits, figure it out. And I was like, no, I want to go to fucking Paris. I don't want to, like, it was one of those. Like my dad would be like, why do you have this poster on your wall? And I was like, so I can dream of it. Like I was the girl who put shit on the ceiling and like, manifest it. And he was like, okay, weirdo. And I was like, I'm gonna go there one day. So yeah, it happened.
How do you think growing up in Seaside has prepared you for just everyday life as an adult? Or life lessons have you learned growing up around a bunch of hooligans and hardheads such as us?
One thing I did is that
don't let me in that crew.
Okay. No, you weren't a hooligan at all. You two weren't hooligans. Like you probably were hooligans in your head, but you were not hooligans. You were more athletes than anything, right?
I was an athlete.
For sure.
I was an art major.
And an athlete.
Yeah. Time to time.
I mean, I saw you at all the rivalries. You went to Monterey High, both. Titan, you went to Monterey High as well?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You went to Seaside, right? We apologize for that.
No. I went to Seaside High. Where'd you live?
In Seaside, but I went to Monterey. You want to know why? I mean, Monterey High, it was more of a family decision. All my family went there. So, I mean,
I'm sorry they let you down.
My mom worked there. I know. Hey, after we went there, I really did feel somewhat kind of let down after the fact. But I mean,
I'm there with you on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, Monterey High is good.
I like Monterey, but I think we should have went to Seaside, right? But it's all good.
I'm so glad you say that out loud. Beautiful. Yes, should have been at Seaside. Anyway.
But then it would be one of those experiences the same way that you went to Sacramento. Everyone from Seaside was in Sacramento. So it's like us going from King to Seaside High. Everyone that we already grew up with is like Seaside High. So why not go somewhere else?
And like, well, yeah, you do meet a whole nother, like you meet a different culture at Monterey High. Like I do wish I did, where you can do the 5th, 6th period and go to Monterey High.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? what was it called, Tom?
Good
Where you could
Lord.
go
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. It's
ROP?
ROP.
Yeah.
Yes, Sonia. Shout out to my sister. She was in ROP. So she went to Monterey High. So she knew a lot of you guys much more closer than I did. So I felt like when I used to hang out with you guys, I never said anything to y'all because I didn't really know you.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we played the mute game.
Right.
Hey.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I've known your sister since the 3rd grade.
But you know, Tanya, exactly. The energy is very different though, because you and Tanya, you all are the same age. She went to Monterey High. She knew a lot of people from Monterey High. I did not. And I wish I did go to like spend some time at Monterey High just to meet the different pockets of people.
True.
That are there versus Seaside. They have other pockets too, but yeah. What were we talking about?
I'm sorry. Yeah, the question was,
What did I
growing up in
get?
Seaside, what did you get from living in Seaside, and how do you use that compared to or towards how you've, become so acclimated as an adult in life?
I think that I liked that I grew up around a multicultural group of people. Like diversity around here, it doesn't seem like it now, obviously, but I grew up around a lot of Spanish, Asian, you know, Samoan, Tongan, Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just had an array of friends, like different pockets of friends, though predominantly the girls that I hung out with were Black, but they were Caribbean. They were, you know what I mean? Like it was just a melting pot of people. So I think with that going into like Los Angeles, where you think it is like this multicultural mixing pot, it's very much segregated in a sense. Like they have these secret lines, you know what I mean, that you don't see. Like there is literally South LA is one whole component, and
Right.
East LA is one whole component. Like people don't really move around. And I felt like even some of the Black community was like, what area do I fall in? Like you ain't Black. I get that a lot versus I didn't really feel that here. You know what I mean? It was more so of like, I just was a mixed girl. You know how you hear stories of be like, I was a biracial kid, and it's like this violin,
Right.
not taken away from anybody, but I didn't experience that. Like I just had all kind of friends. I didn't feel like, I don't know if I'm Black, I don't know if I'm Filipino. I just was. So I think coming from a small town that was diverse, I kind of moved in different circles, not really feeling like I couldn't talk to just anybody in a sense. But from a small town, I also did feel a little bit like sheltered in a sense. Like our hoods are nothing compared to the hoods of like New York City, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or the
right.
Like people will be like, where are you from? You like Seaside. And they're like, no ghetto. Like that's not a ghetto. And you're like, okay, it kind of isn't a ghetto.
It's probably because you didn't say it right. You're supposed to say, hey, where are you from? You're like, Seaside. Right. And then when you say it, your head goes up like this.
Yeah, I missed that training.
All right. All right. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. So it's been interesting, I guess. But coming from a small town, it's, I don't know. I'm excited to go into bigger cities and I guess a little fearless because, no boundaries, I guess.
Right. Definitely. What are you gonna say, T?
All right. I got to ask this question because we're older now, and I,
oh shit,
my head. You lived in LA, and I see a lot of things, and I'm just wondering what kind of things you actually see, and do you know if there's any truth to some of the shit we're hearing now about all this weird stuff in LA?
What he's getting to, what he's getting to is he wants to know about the Illuminati and like the so-called parties that happen in Hollywood Hills and stuff of that nature.
Those parties exist for sure. Those parties exist. Have I attended them? I have not. I feel like your brother may know more about these parties than I do. I'm just saying.
You know what?
Because he's an athlete.
Mo might.
Yeah,
didn't even think about that.
Maurice has been around bigger athletes, so you know what I mean.
I did not even think about that. Thank you.
Maurice can probably give you the ins and outs
hit him
of the
up
party.
now.
You know what I mean? But
yes.
My party life, I haven't partied like that. I think because I partied like that, not like that in Hollywood, because they do have weird parties. Like, I mean, I feel like I've been to a few after hours, in LA, and those were minor, but the stories that I would hear I'm like, I don't want to go to that shit. Like, I just don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be in that compromising position. I feel uncomfortable with Coke on the table, so I don't want to be at those parties.
Mm. All right.
So no, but they do exist, I'm sure. I don't know about the Illuminati. I am not that far in it. I'm on the reality TV side, kids.
So so as far as reality TV goes, this is not a conspiracy question. It's just where's the reality into it? And if there is like if there's I mean not just casting, it's like you guys have a script, I assume.
There is a method to the madness. I do not write scripts. The producing side. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what other shows do. But shows do
Oh,
have to
okay.
be produced in the sense, like I come from a housewife vein, so most of my shows are
Mm.
housewives. So
Mm.
I've been on
Oh, okay.
all housewives, Atlanta, New York, Potomac, except for the newer ones. Like I've never been to Jersey, but I've worked on all housewives, Ready to Love, so dating shows, Hell's Kitchen, Amazing Race.
Mm.
All these shows don't require scripts, but they do require producing.
Okay.
And I don't tell people it's not like we tell them what they're going to shoot. They really tell us what they're what they're doing. And then we figure out how they can all kind of like intermingle. So if it's a group of
Oh,
friends, it's sort of like, well, if you are hosting a skincare release, obviously you have to invite your castmates.
mm.
And obviously cast what you like and some you don't like. So we have to track the stories that are kind of happening. And we do make them talk about shit they don't want to. And we do possibly try to figure I guess we're like instigators in a sense.
Yeah. Oh, such and such was talking about you. Like, what? You saying what? Oh, nah. All right. And roll them. And then they start going
But it's
off.
not rolling. It's not like action. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So it's sort of like, you mentioned this, you said this about this person and this person is here. Obviously it would behoove you to address the conversation or have the conversation. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So it's creating professional beefs.
Oh no, it's like following through with your profession, like your beef in a
Okay.
way.
Okay.
If you say you hate that bitch, I want you to show me why you hate that bitch.
Right.
What
That's
did
hilarious.
you say? Oh, okay. Well, unpack that. So they always even on dating shows, they're like, we hate the process. What do you mean process? So even dating, it's sort of like you're here to meet somebody and we are following you to meet these people. So we set up a date. I will find a location, we clear it because there's a lot of logistics that goes into filming. We just don't roam around and shoot you. It's
you gotta
a
get permits
orchestrated dance. Yeah, it's a planned and processed thing. But I do put you in there and I sit you down and I'm watching your date.
Interesting. Very interesting. Man.
I'm the fly on the wall. So if you were going on a date, just imagine that third person there with headphones on, listening to your conversation.
Oh man, nah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they might pay a pretty penny, but I don't know if I can if I could be on a show like that.
I mean, I'm saying you could be on the show, but you could work on it. You would probably be entertained. This dude just say that shit to her. You just we listen. It is crazy though. The stuff that we hear and stuff. It is interesting.
Do they actually get paid well, or is it just like a couple G's for the episode or something like that?
I mean, I think reality TV can be a lucrative business. I mean, producing content and content production is a lucrative business. That's why you guys are doing a podcast. You want it. I mean, not exactly why, but it's one of the components why, right? It can create and generate a lot of money. So these reality TV shows, if they're big shows, yes, talent can make good money.
Now, I know. Hold on, real quick. I have one more. I know you guys so the producers make money, but what about the star? Or I don't know if you call them stars if they're reality TV, but
reality TV stars.
You do because do you guys get all these each? I mean, do they go to other reality shows? Oh yeah, they do. I'm sorry, I don't really watch a lot of reality TV, but
I mean, reality TV stars are contracted. So if their contract is up and they have no ties to that network, then yes, they can go
They can
on.
go.
They can cross-pollinate basically. But for example, like if you're under a Bravo contract, most likely you can't. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
things
okay, gotcha.
negotiated. Like on the show that I work on right now, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's on OWN and it airs on Saturday nights, guys. If anybody's interested in watching, it's airing right now. But there is a moment that one of our main cast, his name is Martell. He's dating Sheree on Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it is a cross-pollination where he went over to Bravo to shoot scenes with her, and then she came over to our show and shot scenes with us. So there's some negotiation that has to happen though before they do it.
Gotcha.
Because they technically work for the networks.
Right.
Yes.
That's okay. Okay.
It's business for sure, nonetheless. But
now,
it could be lucrative business for sure.
I know you're booked and busy, so I just want to say thank you once again for joining us. Taking time out because I know you're very, very busy.
I'm not that busy. Jesus, stop it.
All right. Quick question, real quick.
Since you ain't busy.
All right, man. I gotta know. Do these people put on extras for the show, or is it really, or is it really like, are they really like this, man? Because I did. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of TV shows, but I've seen some of them housewives shows, and them girls, they. I don't really know if they get down like that or if they're just putting it on for the camera, but are they really like that off camera where you gotta, protect yourself or something?
No, what I will say is that, excuse me, most reality TV stars that are big, they were naturally big personalities. They're not actors.
Okay.
And when they are acting, it's actually when they're at their worst. And we always have to, as producers, we're like, you guys aren't actors. Like, don't do that again. It's terrible. Like, it was terrible. I'd rather you just be yourself. So with that being said, they are very lively personalities. Like that is what makes them famous, right? Like people like obnoxiousness of themselves. Like some of them are overly grandiose, or you know what I mean, like caricatures of themselves, but that's not because we did it. That's just naturally their personality. Now, mind you, when the cameras are there, I can't say they don't add a little extra hot sauce and pepper to it. You know what I mean? Like it does amplify it for sure, because what then happens is it's like you're shooting a show and eventually millions of people will watch this. So there's so much ego involved. So people oftentimes overreact, right? And they got like something to prove, or like, there's all these layers of shit that's kind of happening that can add to that extra where you're like, I mean, if the cameras weren't here, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But because cameras were here, it probably exasperated the whole thing.
So what do you guys do about those cast members who, just like T said, who act over the top? Like they want to be on a show, but they have ulterior motives. Like they want to be an actress for actor, and you can tell that they're there for the show, but it's only for them to get a platform to jump to something higher. How do you guys deal with those type of cast members?
For me, I don't necessarily deal with that. I come to produce a show. Like outside of casting the show, I can care less. Like if this is like for me, it's like I'm hired to produce a show. So whatever their motive is theirs. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna finish the show, get the great content, and finish my job. Like I hope you have a motive and a backup plan. Like if you're gonna use it, you might as well use it at your best interest. Milk it for what you can, get what you can. You know what I mean? So
for sure,
I can care less in that sense. Are they sometimes hard to deal with? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, are there days where it's like, I fucking hate these people? 100%. But like, it's not like that's normal. You know what I mean? Because your job just gets hard at times. But whatever their motive is theirs. I kind of just go in and like, I want to produce a good show. And I want them to do what they signed up to do.
That's what's up.
And that's like play ball.
That's what's up.
Everybody's entertained. Yeah. So it's cool.
Yeah. Any more questions to you, or what's up?
That's very interesting in business, and I'm sure you do meet a lot of fucking personalities.
Yeah.
Wait, all right. Do any of them turn into friends, or like or is it just, are you just business? and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to deal with nothing else. Because
I've had some
you
friends.
see,
I have friends that I've met and people that I actually really enjoy and hung out with. Like I've been back to Miami and partied with people that I've met on the shows that I've worked on in Miami. There was a time where I kind of tried to keep it like strictly like black and white, like these are just people I work with. But you spend so much time with these people and you really have to get to know them really quick and fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's unusual in a sense. Like I literally have to come into your life and find out a lot about you and sort of like figure out how we can work together, you know, depending on the dynamic of the show. And we talk about a lot of intrusive stuff. You know what I mean? Like we have really hard conversations, fun conversations, cheating, whatever. Like I was working on Potomac and there was a moment where I knew one of my castmates was going to walk into a house and she was about to get like bombarded because like what happened? Her husband, I just been worked in a situation where it's like I knew her husband cheated and the article was about to drop as I was shooting the scene. And it like hit TMZ and it while we were filming. So it was like I get a call and it's like such and such husband's just cheated and you need to like we need this to happen right now. Like she needs to talk about it or drop rumors. And I was like,
damn.
And she's like my talent, meaning we're assigned as a producer, sometimes you're assigned talent and like you talk to them every single day. And I had to kind of be like, I mean, I felt like she knew it was coming because at the end of the day, like I'm sure her person told her, whoever her publicist is like, you know, like this is gonna come, this might air today. You know what I mean? So, but she's not gonna tell me because then it's something she has to address. But yeah, it's like hard moments like that where you're just like, I gotta blow this person's spot up like right now.
Right.
No matter how I feel about her, even if we are friends, like I literally have to blow her spot up. So you just have to do it. It's the hardest thing ever to do, but you do have to do it.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is
exciting.
They also sign up for it too. So
true.
See, that's where it is. It's like they like we didn't just start this. Housewives has been around for a long time. People can actually watch a playbook to know what games are going to be played.
Yeah.
So it's tough though in the real time though, and really having to like push for it. So, but yeah,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think I'm losing my light over here, guys. How's it look?
You look fine.
Yeah, it's good, but I commend you for that because it seems to me like that would be a stressful, very stressful field to be in. Although,
thank you. It is very stressful and it can be very hard. But I do enjoy it. It has allotted me a lot of freedom and I've been able to see the world really. Like it's sort of like you dropped into a place like I lied for a job and was like, I know New York. Yes, I know. I've been there plenty of times. And I got to New York and I was like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. So you like have to really figure it out in like a matter of weeks to like move around. So I feel like I can survive anywhere with nothing because of this job. So.
Well, once again, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, much more to you.
Back again. Hopefully next time I'll have the other banter with me. Let's do it again.
For sure. So if you want to give a chance to give out your socials or tell our audience what shows you produce and you guys take a look and watch, you know, let them know.
My favorite is the Real Housewives of Potomac. I started on that. I did 5 seasons. And Ready to Love. But currently I'm working on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So yeah, it airs on Saturday nights. And if you watch any of the old seasons of New York or like I did season 13 of Atlanta. So I'm out there.
Now I'm gonna go back and actually look at all the credits now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a laundry list.
That's crazy, but cool.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you.
We will chat soon.
Yes.
Again later. But I want to talk about like hot topics and other stuff. I don't want to talk about me when you guys invite me back.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, we tend to interview people and then have them as reoccurring guest hosts. So whenever you have time, whenever you want to be on, you just let us know and you can be the fourth member, you know?
And I've listened to your banter too every now and again. So I like it's a yin and yang also. And it's fun. It's fun. I interject, but you can't hear me. But yeah. It's good. We'll keep up the good work on your side as well, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, Jeneal, you take care of yourself.
Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Yes. So, hey, there it is. There you have it. Jeneal Hill, producer, TV show. You know, what more can you say, man? So, like I said, we just want to give out props to everyone that we know who are doing things that we feel are important. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. T, anything else?
Yeah, man. Mo, bruh, if you ever listen to the show, Mo, bruh, I got, your brother got some questions, bruh, that he ain't answered.
Hey, we should put him into a corner during the camping trip.
What? I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him because I didn't even think about that. Mo was down there with all them crazy people, Kev. Like, but anyways, yeah, man, this is a good one. I appreciate you for having me on this one, Al. I know this is something you set up and you did a good job, man.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I like to include everybody because it's just, I don't know, just a one-on-one conversation. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not too comfortable with interviewing and having all the questions that I want to ask. So it's always good to have someone else beside me to ask questions that I didn't think of, Like, oh, damn, that's a good question. Wish I'd asked that. But you did well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did good as well.
I want to know about that crazy shit, but whatever.
There's only so much, I didn't really want to get too involved in it because I'm sure there's things you can't really bring up or say. So,
of course.
Just try to leave that as a blank.
But okay, so for any of you guys listening from back home or whatever, it's because y'all are doing, not even just doing something that you love and proud of, and you want to get on here and chop it up with us, because just, contact Al, you know what I'm saying, and we'll do what we do.
Or you just hit us up on Talking Sweet 831 on Instagram or on Twitter, and then get in contact with us that way.
Or Facebook, yeah.
Or Facebook. All right, man. Well, thank you guys once again for listening to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ, Bay, and Alan Poe. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. Thanks once again to Jeneal Hill for her time. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. We love y'all. Peace. See y'all next week.
Hey, man, I'm about to get down on the grill, so yeah, y'all enjoy your weekend.
All right.